Oh my goodness, like what? I can't even believe it. Like guys, take a look at this bag. Oh my goodness, it came out so good. Just look at this. I cannot believe I just made this bag for my first time. Like wow. So if you guys are ready, let's make an awesome waist bag. What is good, fashion people? It is your curly brown boy, the Prince, and welcome back to another great video. So guys, I'm super excited because today I'll be showing you guys how to make a waist bag. So I think it's going to be a really fun video, and if you guys are ready, let's hop right into today's video. Here you guys can see is a little sample of what it actually looks like, right? So this is just a rough sample that I did, and I'll be showing you guys how to make it as well. So we're gonna start off with the pattern pieces. Okay, so you guys can follow along with me, and I would really suggest, I encourage you guys to switch it up. You know, I'm gonna be basically making my one, and I would like you guys to make yours, as in change the design a bit. You know, try some new things. If you want to add a different design, then go ahead and do that, guys. You know, designing, it's all about your own creativity. It's all about, you know, taking your ideas and having fun with it. So please, I encourage you guys, change the design, make it your own. So guys, please watch right up until the end, because all my best tips and how to make your process a lot easier is going to be near the end of the video. Enjoy! So we'll be starting with the front panel right here. So you will need to know the width and the height of your bag. You can use another bag for reference. So for my bag, my height is going to be 10 centimeters and my width is going to be 16 centimeters. So as you can see, I'm simply drawing a square for the face of the bag. And we're gonna name this waist bag front panel. Right, you're not going to be sewing directly on this. You need a little extra space when you're going to sew. So I'm going to be using my grid ruler here to add that 1 centimeter all around. So there you guys can see, this right here is my seam allowance, and I will be sewing on this line and using this for when I sew. I've added it all around to all 4 edges, so do that for your front panel as well. The side panel. So we're gonna make one piece that is gonna be sewn all the way around this front panel, right? And our front panel that we made here is the front and it's the back. Guys, so I have my calculator here, right? You know, this is an old Sharp calculator, and we're gonna do
a little mathematics. Guys, don't click off the video. Don't stress out. It's okay. It's not that bad. Just a little bit of math.
You know, as I know most of you guys watching this video are creatives, I know math is not your strong suit. You know, if you can relate, just, you know, give it a thumbs up, click that like. You know, it's not just strong suit, but I promise you, we're just gonna do some basic math right here. So we're gonna calculate the total of all the sides. So my length was 16 and my height was 10, and that's times 2 for each. So we're just gonna say 16 plus 16 plus 10 plus 10. Simple as that. 52 is the answer. So simple 52, and that will be the length for our side panel pattern. So guys, before we make our side panel pattern piece, I just want to say, so when I was doing my pattern piece and I cut out fabric and I was ready to sew it, it didn't fit. It just didn't work out. It ended up being too short.
And I was there like, what? Why is it too short? I measured it perfectly.
So I don't know what happened. It just ended up being too short. So what I ended up having to do was add a whole 5 centimeters onto the pattern piece. And once I did that, it fit perfectly. So I do recommend adding about 5 centimeters onto your side panel pattern. This is for, because it happened to me, I assume it's probably going to happen to you guys as well. You're probably going to need a little bit of extra fabric, extra fabric. So I would say add that 5 centimeters, onto your pattern piece. Okay, so before it was 52, I'm gonna add +5. It's gonna make it be 57 centimeters. So my pattern piece, the length of it is gonna be 57 now. Okay. Okay guys, so like we calculated, my side panel pattern will be 57 centimeters. My ruler is only a 50 centimeter ruler, but that's not a problem, right? So here we go. Remember to leave a little space on the top for your 1 centimeter seam allowance. Okay, cool. So there you go. There's my pattern piece. We're just gonna name this. There you go, side panel. Okay, cool. Now we're gonna add our 1 centimeter seam allowance all around. Okay, and there we go. There's my pattern piece, done and ready. So we did our front, we did our back, which is the same as our front, and then we did our side pieces, right? So that is pretty much all the elements of this. Now when it comes to making the straps, right? So you guys can make your own straps, and to make your straps, it's gonna be basically the same thing like we did the side panel. You're gonna decide how long you want it to be and how wide, and then you are going to draw it up, put your 1 centimeter seam allowance all around it, just the same. I will not be making straps because I already have straps from something else that I will be upcycling to use for this bag. Okay guys, so as you can see, I finished do all my pattern pieces. They're all here, and now next step is to go ahead and cut it out. So with the power of video editing, we're gonna go pow. There we go. I cut out all my pattern pieces. Here they all are. So guys, something to remember is, guys, when you cut out, you are cutting out on the outermost layer. So you have your pattern, right? And then you have your seam allowance. So as you guys can see here, the smaller it is, and this is where my seam allowance is, that 1 centimeter that we added. Don't cut that off. You really need that for the sewing process. So make sure not to cut that off. And now our next step is to take our pattern pieces, lay them on fabric, and cut them out again. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. So guys, here you can see how I am actually pinning my patterns to my fabric. So guys, as you can see here, I've cut out all my pattern pieces onto fabric. Here you can easily and nicely see I used a blue fabric for my front face. Okay guys, now I've cut out all my fabric pieces as I showed you, and now I'm marking my 1 centimeter seam allowance all around my fabric. So I'm going to show you how I do it, just like we did with our patterns. Just here, got my tailor's chalk here. So just like this, there we go, there's my seam allowance all around. And now we can move on to the sew. Now for one of my favorite parts, where everything literally comes together, we are going to start sewing it up. So I'm very excited for that. We're going to start with pinning. We're going to start with our front face and our side panel, and we're going to pin this together, and then we're going to get to sew. So what we're going to do now with our side panels, we're going to sew it right sides together and sew that 1 centimeter seam allowance and join these two together, and then we're gonna pin it to our face panel. Okay guys, now it's sewn together, right? So I can put it on the outside like this, and now what I'm gonna do is take my face pattern, I'm gonna place it right sides together. Remember, always right sides together, and start pinning it all up. So here's a little tip for when you start doing your corners. What you can do is cut into the corner, not too deep, but just a little bit to help relieve a little bit of that tension. and it makes it so much easier to get those corners when you want to sew. Okay guys, so now you can see, here we are. I have pinned my front panel to my side panels all around the side. There we go. Now I'm gonna sew this up and we should be good. Okay, so we are done. Here you guys can see, here is my seam. I stitched it all around. It looks pretty good. So now we can just flip it inside out. Oh, look at this. It's looking so good. As I look at the blue and orange color combination, I'm starting to really like it. I think it was a great choice, and it is looking so good. Now, what we're gonna move on to is adding a zipper. So we're gonna add a zipper on the top. Here's my zipper. It's quite a long one. It is 30, this is a 30 centimeter zip. And I wanted to start somewhere around about halfway on the side, all the way around to just over around the other side. So to do that, will that be about 30 centimeters? I think that would be just under 30 centimeters. I'm gonna make it a bit shorter. Okay guys, so as you can see here, I finished sew it up. So as you can see, I edge stitched all the way around to the corners. This is where I sewed and back stitched to stop the zip, because we've already back stitched there and the zip will not fall off. And there, now we're pretty much done with the front. Guys, how good is this looking? It makes me so excited to almost be done. So now here's my back, right? This is the inside pocket and these are the outside pleats. So now we're gonna do the same thing like we did before, and now just go around right sides together. Right, so now I'm gonna pin this up and then sew it up. Okay guys, so I have finally finished. Oh my goodness, I probably sewed this like 2 or 3 times. At one point I sewed it the wrong way, the pocket was on the outside, but finally I did it. I got it guys. Here we are. The bag is looking so good. As you guys can see, there we are, the front. The back has pleats. I did another applique on the side of a crown, and I'm loving the color scheme of this with the orange and the blue. I think it looks really good guys. I'm pretty happy with how this bag turned out. Can zip it up real nice. There we go. So now what I'm going to do is I will be adding the straps, right? Because you have to add straps to a bag. So I'm not gonna make straps. I was thinking of upcycling some suspenders that I have. I have a bunch of suspenders that I do not wear. Well, I do wear a lot of them, but these are like neon orange suspenders. When am I ever gonna need to wear neon orange suspenders? So I was thinking about it. I'm like, okay, if I cut it up and sew it together, I can make it a bit longer and then turn it into a really nice, and it'll be a nice stretchy strap for my waist bag. Because first I'm gonna take this off with my seam ripper here. Okay guys, so here I have 2 of the straps, and what I'm gonna do is I'm basically gonna take them and then just sew them together to make one really long strap. Okay, I've already measured it around my waist and around my shoulder, and so I'm just gonna sew it where I've marked. And there we go, check it out, right? So guys, I have finally finished up my bag, and here it is. If you guys are ready, boom, right here, look at it. Oh my goodness, I cannot even tell you guys how overjoyed I am to just be looking at this bag right now. It is so amazing. I'm so happy. Like, just take a look right here. It looks so good. I did add on some extra pieces to it, so I made an entirely new bag right here in the front that is attached to this bag right here. So as you know, it's so awesome to have an idea, something that's in your head. It's this idea, it lives in your head, and then to put it on paper, because literally here it is. Here is the sketch that I made. The sketch, this bag was just a drawing on a piece of paper, and with some work I put it all together. Now it is a physical product in my hands. How cool is that? This is exactly what I love to do. So just to show you guys, as you guys can see, I stuck this bag with Velcro. So there's Velcro on this side and on this side, and I made a little hook in between so that if the Velcro were to fail, I was running or something and it just fell off, it wouldn't get lost because there's this hook keeping it attached. So this bag is also fully functioning. You can see the zipper right here on the top, and here are the straps. There's a strap that goes from the one bag to the other bag. But this bag is so versatile, and there are so many different ways to wear it. There's like 5 different ways, and I'm going to show you in a second all the different ways that you can wear this bag.
I can't see it damn thing, walk. I can't see it damn thing, walk. Yeah, they like Stevie. They can't see me, they won't beat me. I'm in that guinea, with a king. Wanna feed you, it ain't me. She won't please me, cause she need me. Oh, I mean me, they like mine. Oh, like me, they like mine. Oh, like me, they like mine. Oh, like me, they like mine. We shoot our helicopters, monsters. We pull up with sticks and
So guys, I'm so happy to be done, and now I just want to share with you guys just a few tips of what I learned throughout this process, right? So the first tip is, when doing the zip, I highly recommend, before sewing it to the bag, first create your zip on your side panel piece and sew it on, and then add it onto the bag. Firstly, it's going to be much easier. It's going to be, you'll be able to do it better, and it will avoid little mistakes, like I would say like getting it crooked or something like that, because my zip is a little bit crooked. If you just really look at it, you can see it's a little bit crooked, and that's because I did it on the side panel while it was already attached to the front piece. My second piece of advice would be to just be careful when sewing your front panel and back panel, to really try and get it right, because if you guys see right here in the corner, there's a little bit of folding, and that's because while I was sewing it, some fabric overlapped, and by the time I was already done, it was done, and I was like, you know, this is a small mistake, I just want to continue with it. So just be careful of that. And other than that, I would say everything else was pretty much really straightforward and really easy. And inside the bag, like I showed you guys, there is that secret zip, right? The secret zip for hiding PG-13 things, remember that? So guys, if you do make a bag, make a similar bag, and like I said, I encourage you guys to make your own custom bag, redesign it, reinvent it, come up with your own ideas. And if you do, please guys, post it on your Instagram and tag me at ThePrinceDMP. I would love to, really love to see all the things that you guys are making, and if you guys do tag me, I will repost it on my Instagram page as well. So guys, I really hope you enjoyed the video, you learned something new, you found it entertaining, and if you did, guys, please drop this video a like. Just smash that like button, guys. It helps let me know that you guys enjoy my video and helps get my video out there to other people. And if you're new to the channel and you enjoy DIYs, fashion information videos, and videos just like this one, then be sure to smash that sub button, because that is exactly the type of content I make. So guys, thank you all for watching the video. Keep living your passion. I'll see you all in the next video. Bye guys.
I met that girl and up at my show. Left her man in the crowd on the floor. Out of town, never saw her before. Told her, baby, we don't got that long. Listen, this not my city show, but I treat it like my city show. 20 more minutes into I'm on. 20 more minutes into I'm on.